Hello, how are you? Hope you saw my last video about the rapture. And I know I already have more views than I've ever had with all the other videos. I guess my videos go out there better when I put rapture on my video. But anyways, is what is happening today showing us that the rapture is going to happen very soon. And you know, I say yes. Let me know what you think after listening to my video. The political situation that we have today, is that a sign that the rapture is near? Now again, if you're a rapture denier, please go to my last video. Clearly showed what I believe the rapture is. I just made a German video about the same subject, and I looked at the German Bible, and of course, you know what? It is very obvious that Jesus will come, not only resurrect the believers, but also catch up, take out, snatch out the bride. And that will happen before the wrath of God happens. It will also happen after the tribulation. We are now in tribulation. Now, one more thing about dispensationalism, which I always harp on, is that they believe in this 7-year tribulation and people are stuck in it. They're stuck in it. Oh, the 7-year tribulation will happen first. No. We are now in tribulation. There is no 7-year tribulation. There is a 2,000-year tribulation all the way until Jesus returns, his second coming, the day of the Lord, or the wrath of God. I showed that clearly in my last video. And we're now coming to that time when the wrath of God is starting. When God not only punishes the ungodly, the whole world, all the ungodly, but also destroys this political system today that was put there by Satan. First, the political system that Satan totally took over was the Holy Roman Empire, with the little horn on top, which is Babylon the Great, which is the Vatican. There should be, people, no confusion. Again, I have a playlist, Antichrist, and I have all the videos that you need to show you clearly that what I'm saying is biblical. I'm not coming up with that on my own. So that's the system we have today. It's not something that's coming at the end during a fictitious 7-year tribulation time. We all go through tribulation. Even the disciples went through tribulation. They were stoned. They were thrown in prison. And then we had the Dark Ages, where people were killed, thrown to wild beasts. What else? They were tortured and burned alive. You don't think that's tribulation? And then we have this great deception that entered the Protestant church. Great deception that Satan used to deceive the people. Those people that would like to follow Jesus. He deceived them. And now what do we have? Most of our churches are in the hands of dispensationalism. And the other half, No, wait a minute. It's 99% that's in the hands of dispensationalism. And the ones that think they can come out of it or think they will get out of it, they're still going the wrong direction. They're still believing in the 7-year tribulation. No, the 7-year tribulation is not in the Bible. Please show me if you see a 7-year tribulation. Please show me. Show me clearly, but it has to say it. It has to point out tribulation will be 7.5 years, or 3.5, or 7 years, whatever. Show it to me. Okay? Show it to me. Because it's not there. It says Matthew 24:29. What does it say again? Something like the end of the tribulation. At the end of the tribulation, or there'll be tribulation to the end, something like that. You can read it yourself. The tribulation is over. And that's exactly when Jesus will pick up the bride. And again, there is no gathering involved. The angels are not gathering the saints. They're being snatched out. They're already in heaven because those are the dead ones that are being resurrected. And then the rest that are still left over, when we are true believers, we are being snatched out. And we'll be with Jesus in the twinkling of an eye. So just a little introduction to that. But what we have right now is Satan's system. And that will be destroyed during the wrath of God. No tribulation. Go again to Revelation and show me where in the world you can find that word tribulation. It's probably 1 or 2 times you can find it. But it also always refers to the time of the church. That's for the saints. The rest is always called the wrath of God. When the wrath of God starts, people, God will destroy the ungodly and the system. And what system do we have today? People, we don't have time for a new system. Whatever we have right now is what we have. What system exactly do we have right now? We have the European system, which is called Europe. We have the United States Empire, and they have a treaty called the NATO. So they work together. So that's the beast out of the sea. That's Europe. That's the old Holy Roman Empire, with Babylon the Great on top, which is the Pope. And believe me, the Pope is still controlling the political situation in Europe. I saw it again, people. Well, let's not go there. I will get to that in a little bit. But the Pope is still controlling the political situation. And then, of course, we have the United States. Who is the United States in Bible prophecy? It can only be the second beast in Revelation 13. That beast out of the earth can only be. Read it. Read the definition. And that beast is also the false prophet. There is no religious system as a false prophet. The beast, which is a political system, an empire, okay, is the false prophet as well. And he is not a religious leader. He's a political leader, and he's a false prophet for a false political system. I have said that in my videos. What is that false political system? What is the lie that the United States is spreading into this world? And they're just hypocritical about it. That is democracy. They're screaming democracy, we're bringing democracy, but in reality they're bringing war and chaos and death. That's why the United States is the false prophet. They're liars, deceivers, great deception people. And that's how he is described in Revelation 13. He brings fire down from heaven. So there is no doubt, people, that he is the false prophet. He is the beast out of the earth. The United States. So who is in charge of the United States? That is who the false prophet is. So we had Biden as the false prophet for 4 years. Now we're going to have Trump as the false prophet. I had somebody actually say, "Oh, Trump is the Antichrist, and Elon Musk is the false prophet." Now, Elon Musk is part of the false prophet, that's for sure, because he's right now working with the government. He is supporting the United States government. Yeah, he's part of the false prophet. The whole United States government is the false prophet, is the beast out of the earth. Go read again the definition. And people think, oh my goodness, we did vote for somebody that has nothing to do with the system, which people call the deep state. Oh no, Trump has nothing to do with the deep state. So what is the deep state? I've said that quite a lot too. Who is behind the United States? Well, it's ultimately is going to be Satan, because ultimately that's who this system belongs to. Remember what it says in Revelation 13. Looked like a lamb, but spoke like a dragon. Well, go to the original text, see if that really says a dragon or the dragon. We know who the dragon is, right? If you read Revelation 13 from the beginning, you know who the dragon is. Go to Revelation 12 and you'll know who the dragon is. The dragon gives the power first to the first beast, and then it gives the power to the second beast. That's the dragon. The dragon is Satan. So ultimately, the dragon is on top of the pyramid. Do you want to look at a dollar bill? Have you ever looked at a dollar bill? All right, here we go. Here's the dollar bill. And what do you see? Right over here. See the pyramid. Okay? What's on top of the pyramid? The all-seeing eye. Who is this all-seeing eye? What does it say? Of course, think about this. This is written in Latin. There's Latin stuff written. Novus Ordo Seclorum. And then Annuit Septitis. I don't know. I don't know Latin. Does anybody know that that's Latin? Latin. Okay? Now, why is that so significant? Why? What's with Latin? What's with Latin? Latin was the official language of who? Of Rome. Okay? Of Rome. And who is this last beast out of the sea? That's the Holy Roman Empire. Again, Latin. That's why when you go to Europe, or if you know about history, Latin was always a very important language for all kinds of areas. I know science for sure, and even politics sometimes, biology, actually in Germany, when you wanted to study in the universities, you had to have, medicine people. I was just thinking, yeah, medicine. If you wanted to study medicine, you had to have Latin. So Latin was a very important language in the Holy Roman Empire in Europe, and it also became in the church. In the church, the Catholic Church people, they only spoke Latin. Still do today, and some people think we need to go back to a Latin Mass. Going back to the Roman system. And who is on top of this Roman system? All-seeing eye. Okay, people say, oh, the all-seeing eye of what? Of Horus. We know about the all-seeing eye because this pyramid is a Masonic symbol as well. Who is on top of that pyramid? The mason, the master mason, the master builder. Who's the master builder? Oh, golly, who's the master builder? I hope you do. It's Lucifer. It's Satan himself. And this is who is on our dollar bill. Well, who put it there? A mason. I don't remember what mason. If you know, let me know. I have actually some people that are pretty good, have a lot of information about these things. There was a Jeremy, and I want to just mention him, that gave me quite a lot of good information. So Jeremy, if you continue to watch my videos, you probably have that information. Let us know. So yeah, this is where we're at. The United States is this beast that looks like a lamb but speaks like the dragon, Satan. Oh no, we're founded on Christian principles. Yeah, fake Christian principles. Really fake Christian principles. Most of our presidents were Masons. Oh yeah, but they're believers. Yeah, I guess they're fake believers too. They definitely believe also in Lucifer. Can you serve two masters? No, you can't. But what does this all have to do with today? Well, the thing is, the deep state, which I have mentioned, is not some whatever Democratic Party. The deep state is behind both parties. I've said that so many times. And who is behind them? If you look at the pyramid of power, well, you will find the merchants there. Where are the merchants mentioned? The merchants are mentioned in Revelation 18. During the wrath of God, Babylon the Great is going to be destroyed, and the merchants are standing there afar crying because now they cannot sell their ware anymore. They cannot make business anymore. Why are they making business? Because they get the power from who? Babylon the Great. Go read it. Go Revelation 17. The kings and the merchants cry. There's a pyramid of power behind, of course, the kings, which are our governing people, our presidents, are the merchants. The merchants supply the money. Okay, or Hollywood today, they're the merchants too. In a sense, if you think about it, they supply the money. So we can motivate people. We can't motivate people without money. But you give them enough and they will be motivated to say anything you tell them to do. This is what happened exactly. If you look at what happened during our election, that's exactly what happened. More and more money poured into some. Why? Because they want to brainwash people. They needed money to brainwash people. They needed people, Hollywood stars, so they would really be convincing to the people. So they're using Hollywood stars, to put on a show. So the merchants are behind it. And yes, of course, the merchants then want something out of it. They want power out of it. They want, their goals pushed through in the government. That's why we have lobby, These people will push the agenda. And of course, then we have beyond the merchants, and we're going through the deep state, beyond the merchants, We also then have, think tanks like the G7. Blinken just went to G7 or 7. No, I think it's G7. I just saw it. Yeah, G7. The last G7 that Biden administration is attending, and we know that Biden is not capable. So is he sending Blinken? He's the major person that will be talking there. And I totally believe Blinken is the one that gave order to have these missiles sent to Russia. It wasn't Biden. Biden doesn't even know what he's thinking. But Blinken is very instrumental. But that's just a side thing. But yeah, that's not the deep state, the Democratic Party. No, the deep state is behind both of the parties. And we think, no, not me, I don't. I should exclude myself. But most people think that they actually have a choice. And they all thought, oh, Kamala Harris is so bad. And purposely they put her there to have somebody who's bad. So the smart people, at least people that are thinking at least a little bit, will be voting for Trump. Because they had no other choice. Oh, and they're so happy because, oh my goodness, Kamala Harris didn't make it. Well, I'm not saying that she should have, but it was all a game. It was all a manipulative game. And I said that in my videos, nothing but a clown game. And people are happy, oh yes, Trump made it. Yippee! And he's going to make everything better. He's going to save our economy. And he's going to bring peace into this world. And people, what did he do with his cabinet? What kind of people did he put in his cabinet? They are all, most of them, warmongers, saber rattlers. Most of them are supporting Israel. Yes. Of course, he's got the support from so many Zionist Christians. So we see exactly, people, what's going on. Did we gain anything? I said before, and I don't know if I saw it in my videos, I think if we would have had Kamala Harris, we would have gone down right away. With Trump, maybe we have a little smoother ride going down. Maybe. But believe me, Trump is going to has to implement a lot of things. He knows that. Now, Trump did not choose his cabinet. Believe me. I watched Greg Reese a lot. I like the guy. I mean, I don't totally agree with him, and he's not even a true Christian. But politically, he's a pretty smart guy. And he was saying, did one video with Jared Kushner helping to make the decisions for what kind of cabinet people were chosen. Jared Kushner, you know about Jared Kushner, right? The son-in-law of Trump, who is Jewish, right? A Jew. Bibi Netanyahu friend, did a lot of Israel treaties during Trump's last administration. Now, I don't think, people, that even Jared Kushner has a lot to do with it. I think he may, but again, I don't think everything comes from him. I think he's maybe a go-in-between. Trump has nothing to do with it. He's just announcing the people. Trump always says, he looks like a good person. Yeah, he has no, I don't think he has any people, knowledge of people. For him, everybody is okay. He seems to be like a good person. Trump is only interested in power. And he wanted to be the next president again, and that's the only thing that he was interested in. He's now the president, Now he is going to let everybody else do the job. He doesn't care. Really, he does not care. I don't think so. He will go along. He got this position, and for him to get this position, had to agree to go along with what the plan is. What is the plan? Where is the plan coming from? From the pyramid of power. So you have to go up. Who is making the plan? The think tanks on top, the people behind the government. That's the deep state. And ultimately, it goes all the way back to the all-seeing eye and, of course, the fallen angels. There's how many fallen angels that fell with Satan? And they are right now where? Oh, they are out there, acting like aliens. How many times have I said that? People don't want to watch these videos that I'm putting out there. But we need to know. These aliens, fallen angels, have been around since the beginning of humankind. 6,000 years and longer. And all they do is manipulate, and especially in the last 2,000 years, they have manipulated the whole world's government. They've put up the system, their own system, and they have infiltrated into the government. You don't think they have infiltrated into the government of the United States? They are making the plans. What is the plan of Satan, people? Plan of Satan is to have absolute power over humankind or humanity. That's what his goal has been all the time. That's the goal he had in Europe during the Holy Roman Empire. He had absolute power. And he took that power all over the world because the European Empire or European Holy Roman Empire, one of the countries always had empirical, I think you call them empirical tendency. They went to India, they went to Africa and dominated everything. Then they went to America, the Americas, dominated everything. And all in the name of the Catholic Church. All in the name of the Catholic Church. And then we thought, oh yeah, the United States is the country. That's what they told everybody. Oh, the United States, the democracy, the thing that brings democracy in this world. And people very early on, again, the United States turned empirical. In other words, they had empirical tendency. That means they wanted to dominate the world. They wanted to conquer the world. Right after the Civil War, they started dominating, taking these colonies away that were under French, a rule, or Spanish rule, or English rule. They did that. And yeah, they were not, we mind our own business. No, very early did they go out there to conquer other colonies, take the colonies away from the French and the Spanish. And then they screamed like, we are bringing democracy in this world. But you look, the bloodbath that they have caused in these colonies. Look at the bloodbath they caused in the Philippines. See, people don't remember that. No, we don't learn that, of course, in our history books either. So again, people, what we have still is this false prophet, is this empire out of the earth. No doubt in my mind, people. And Trump may be the last president of this empire. And we need to keep our eyes open. This is why I'm saying, hey, what is happening in this world today with politics is a great sign that we are very close to the rapture. Very close. Because these things have to happen. I think God is getting pretty angry. Let me know what you think. I mean, if you would be God, wouldn't you get angry with what's going on if you know Satan has done all this? And again, he is again almost to the place where he is going to totally control humankind. He is very close in really destroying all of humankind. Okay? And what did he do before the flood? Why did God finally brought the flood? Because he changed human DNA. And are we getting to that point where Satan again is going to control everybody and where he can change human DNA? Has he already done it? You know, with the shot, right? Well, we can't say that word again. Has he already done it? No, I think Greg Reese is the one that said it, and he does a lot of research, and like I said, I like his research. He is saying that people who got the shot got some nanobots or whatever that are not very good for humankind. They can be used for all kinds of stuff. And how much longer will they give these boosters? They also say, you know, these boosters bring down the immune system. Every booster more. And people, yes, we will see what happens under Trump, but Trump is only part of the false prophets. He's only part of this beast system. And he will not do anything different, or else they will take him out. Now, all the stuff that happens to him during the election, the election, you know, his assassinations, they were all fake. At least that's what I think. If you think differently, okay. But I think they were all fake. But the deep state can snuff him out anytime they want. Anybody else cannot. There's so much security around Trump that nobody will get to him. That's what I believe. But if the deep state wants, they will take him out. And Trump knows that. Trump knows that very, very much. So he will go along. He will go along with what the deep state, the shadow government, whatever you want to call it, pyramid of power, the all-seeing eye, Lucifer, the fallen angels, the aliens. And again, I'm bringing up aliens, right? The aliens are the fallen angels. And they have been in contact with our government forever. And our government is trying to hide it. Well, actually, the aliens are probably trying to hide it, or the fallen angels. There's no doubt in my mind that they are hiding it. So keep that in mind. Watch those videos that I made, because the disclosure of aliens are something that is also important, an important point for the rapture. One more thing I want to add, and one of my videos, not the last one, but the one before that, I talked about Zionism. That's another major point. Major point, people. Many people think, oh, the Zionists, they run everything. No, The Zionists are run by the Pope. There is no doubt. I just saw a video again where the Pope worked with Bibi Netanyahu. You know, I've mentioned that several times, but I really think it is true. The Pope is the one, since he is very far up in this pyramid of power. He's right below the all-seeing eye. And he has a lot to do with the plan. A lot. He will push Satan's plan no matter what. And from him, instructions also go out. And the Zionists, or let's say the people in Israel, Israel is part, the government of Israel is part of the beast. And they are totally controlled by this pyramid of power. And, of course, by Babylon the Great. They don't have power in itself. They know that they got a land and they still owe England or whoever gave them the land. In order for them to stay in that land, they have to pay. And the payment is that they will war and kill. And the Jews have to wake up and understand that. Because if they don't wake up, they should not complain afterwards and yell and scream never again. Because that's what they are doing today with the Holocaust. But in reality, it was caused by their own people, by Zionists. Really, yes. I'm not saying that Hitler wasn't used. I'm not saying that. Unfortunately, he was a nice scapegoat, and yeah, he did a lot of things, but we still don't know really the whole. No, we do. We actually do. I have a video, and there's still people finding it. It's called Europa, the Last Battle. If you have not seen that, go find it. Europa, the Last Battle. Gives you a lot of even information about how the Zionists were involved in the Second World War and before the Second World War. Again, Europa, the Last Battle. And I did a video. But they're only puppets too. People, I'm coming to an end. I'm already over my time. Please give me a thumbs up, like my video, subscribe, and share my video. So important that this message goes out there. So important. People, on my German video, I have sometimes up to 1,000 viewers. On my English videos, which are so much more people that speak English, I have barely 100. It tells you something. Either tells you YouTube is blocking me or people are not interested. It's all possible. But we have to get the message out there. Please, people, let the Holy Spirit guide you and spread this message.